Hello guys, I want to talk about something that happened to me to make sure it doesn't happen to you guys just in case. So let's find out what happened. So I was living the dream in deep desert with my tiny base full of juicy loot, where I farmed like a cow, tons of titanium and stravidium with my carrier and my buggy. And then I detached my vehicles and stored them in the chests and locked out for the night. The next day, when I wake up, some of my walls and foundations were gone. And guess what? When a foundation is gone, everything on top of that foundation gets destroyed. So I ended up losing all my farming and even my carrier and buggy. So why did this happen and how you can prevent it from happening to you? In deep desert, whenever a sandstorm comes, your base shield will go off temporarily. This means that your base structure, your roofs, your walls, your foundations will get damaged by storms. So if you use the default building set, which by curiosity is weaker than the other building sets, your base will eventually get destroyed if you don't repair your base at least once over that deep desert week cycle. This means that you need to use either a Shom, the Overseer, the Dune Man, or even the faction building sets, Atreides and Harkonnen, which are much more resistant. In fact, the faction building sets are so resistant that you will never need to worry about their durability. Simple words for this part: make sure that you build your base with anything besides the default building pieces. They use less granite, but your base will get destroyed if you forget to repair your base once every 3 days. So this was one of the 3 ways your base can get destroyed, by sandstorms, as whenever they come, they turn off your base shield temporarily. The second way that your base can get destroyed is by players, if you build your base in PvP areas. Very simply explanation here guys. From the letter A to the middle of letter E, it's PvE area. You are safe to build here, and the only thing that can damage your base is the normal sandstorms or the Coriollis Storm, which we'll get there in a second. However, even though you can still build your base deeper in deep desert, which means from the middle of letter E until the letter I, that is PvP territory. And if a player finds your base, they can wait for a sandstorm, which will turn off your base shield temporarily, and use that moment to make a hole in your base and raid it. Destroy your chests, your refineries, and steal everything. But also there is another important detail for building between letter A and the middle of letter E. If you build within a control point area, even if it's inside the PvE area, your base can still get attacked by players, because the radius around the control points are considered PvP areas, so don't build in there. And like I mentioned before, the third way is obviously the Coriollis Storm. This storm comes once a week, and it's basically the deep desert's reset. You will receive a warning on Mondays when this storm is about to come. But a little trick you can do here to find out exactly when the Coriollis Storm is about to hit is whenever you are in deep desert, if you press escape and click to exit the game, you can see how much time left for the Coriollis Storm to come. And before the Coriollis Storm comes, you have to pack your things and move them to Hagga Basin. So demolish your refineries, your chests, your walls, foundations, etc. as they will give you 100% of your resources back. So make sure you demolish everything. And I'm gonna give you a nice tip for these guys. In your main base in Hagga Basin, leave 1 or 2 chests for your deep desert base. Then you simply come to them and switch their circuits to something random that you do not use. For example, I have this chest set for circuit 5, which I don't use. This means whenever you build or craft anything in your base, the resources of this chest will always remain untouched. So you will always have the right materials to make your base in deep desert. Speaking of resources, building anything in deep desert uses only 50% of your resources. For construction, like walls, foundations, even for your refineries, chests, pentashields, etc. I hope this helped for any doubts that you had for deep desert buildings. Hit a like and subscribe, thank you for watching, Rox is out.